share with you three things today. Firstly, I'm going to talk about something I call a shark in a vending machine. Then we're going to talk a little bit about how businesses lose their flavor. And you've all got a coffee this morning. She's sipping hers already. Is it good? Where did you get it? Across the road, Krispy Kreme, yeah, because you didn't get it outside here, if it's good. And then and then we're going to talk a little bit about how do we create the culture that we want in our organization. But all our lives, people make it their job to keep us safe. Am I right? But somehow we're inextricably drawn towards danger. Not so. And Steven Spielberg did a fantastic job in the 1970s by creating his first iconic movie, which was The Shark. Yeah. I kind of gave you the hint, Jaws. And all of a sudden, people across the world had this insane fear of sharks because they are dangerous, they are relentlessly hunting human beings, and they will kill us. Not so. That's why, and I literally know people who go to the beach and don't go into the water. I'm like, why aren't you swimming? No, there could be a shark there. Well, I can guarantee you there's one there. Whether he's looking at you for lunch is a completely different story. Point is, we have this irrational fear of sharks. And if you look at the numbers, if you look at the statistics, sharks kill about half as many people annually as do vending machines. I kid you not. I've got no idea how a vending machine could end someone's life, but they do. Twice as often as sharks kill people. But you don't see danger tape around the vending machine in the foyer or at the office, do you? No, in fact, there's a good chance when you go home in the afternoon, you'll see Bill from accounts banging on it, smashing it, because the thing's taken his $12 and not giving him his packet of chips. So sharks kill less people than vending machines, but the narrative, the environment in which we live, the stuff that's front of mind tells us that vending machines are mundane and won't kill you. When I tell people I climb mountains, and we've got an Everest expedition lined up for 2019, so my wife has told me that if I go to Everest, she will divorce me. So I said, listen, just hang on until I come back. Right? If I come back, you can divorce me. If I don't come back, at least you get the life insurance. She's not getting it. The thing is, though, so people say to me, aren't you, it's a stupid risk. You're putting your life in danger climbing a high mountain. Point is, you're putting your life in danger getting into your car and driving here in the morning. And to be quite honest, I'd rather die doing something epic than drawing money out of an ATM. But I guess that's just me. So hands up if you are particularly partial to an ice-cold Pepsi. I'll give you some time. Are you all from Cape Town? No one here into Pepsi? Seriously, nobody? So then I guess you're into Coca-Cola. Hands up if you'll sell a kid for an ice-cold Coke. Okay, maybe a kidney, but not a kid. Okay, Coke Light. Oh, there we go. That's getting better. You're all seriously weird. You're all seriously weird because you are going against the grain in the biggest possible way. When a marketing company did research, they found that more people preferred Pepsi than Coca-Cola. So what I realized is that everybody is around wanting to achieve something. We have conscious and subconscious goals. Right? So there's a lot of psychology around that, and people tell you that you've got to write your goals down. And every speaker on every platform quotes the research at Harvard that said they went back 30 years, and people who wrote their goals down, we've heard that story, am I right? Can I tell you a secret? It's BS. It's rubbish. That never happened. That research never happened. It's just one of those urban legends around that motivational speakers use. But the fact is that we subconsciously have things that we work towards, whether it's paying the bills at the end of the month or going to, a ski holiday in December. It doesn't matter. But those things on a subconscious level are built from our values. So why we all have values as individuals, am I right? Do we? There are certain things that I won't do. Am I right? If I walk into your house, you've got them written on the wall by the front door, am I right? Don't you? But if I go to your workplace and I walk through the foyer, you've got your work values, your company values written on the wall in reception, am I right? Why? Why don't you do it at home? I mean, if values are that important to you, why aren't they written up on the wall by your front door? Right. Because we don't need to do that as people, as opposed to workers. Right? We don't need to do that. Why? Because we know what our values are. Not so. How do we know that? Because we've been brought up with them since the day we could understand something. Not so. I want to take just 10 cents and put in a jar for every time I say to my kids, no. Don't do that. And they want to know, why? Because we don't do that here in this house. What then happens is we then need to find a way from our values as a foundation towards achieving our goals. And we know that in order to achieve high standards of success, we propel ourselves towards our own goals on a personal level. So how do we then achieve goals? Who set some goals? Come on. Because we've all done that, we go on workshops and people tell us to set goals and we write them down. And I've heard someone say, you need to stick your goals on the back of the toilet door. And someone said, why? They said, well, because you're spending 20 minutes in there every day. Anyway. But the only way to actually realize those goals, whatever they are, is through doing something, not so, consistently on a daily basis. And I took this exact same model and I applied it to business. So when we work with companies and we look at their culture and they tell us that we want a culture of integrity or they've merged with another company, we start by looking at what are our values. And not the carefully disguised business principles that we disguise as values that we write down, like, integrity, for example. Or the other one we often hear is teamwork, communication. So I've just mentioned teamwork, integrity, and communication. Will you believe me if I tell you that those were 3 of 4 values that a company named Enron had? And we all know how that ended.